Let me arrive and let me invite you to arrive. So today's practice may be, I'm not sure what it is. I'm just showing up. And there's so many times in life when that's what we have to do. We just have to show up despite not feeling well, despite having other things maybe that are pulling us, despite not having prepared as much as we might want to, despite not looking how we want to look. So great. Thank you, Steve, for the sound check. Thank you. And thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm actually feeling much better. I think it has some sort of bug virus. And this too shall pass. And I think I'm welcoming somebody new. Diane was on the roster. I don't think I've met you. I don't remember the last name, but it didn't look familiar. And Catherine signed up, and maybe Nina's out there somewhere watching. A number of you watch later on as well, and that's so heartwarming for me. June has been catching up on the library of my videos. She's finding helpful. So, all right, so let's arrive. Let's arrive. And what is that to arrive? I have started using this word a few years ago as opposed to center or come present, and they're really pointing to the same things. But somehow arriving really hits it for me, hits the nail on the head for what we're doing. And I use three I never come up with, what are they, pointers? No, with three kind of pillars. Yeah, I like the word pillars. 3 pillars to assist me in this arriving, which I learned from my embodied life teachers, Russell and Linda Dalman. And today, the first I'll use, they can be in any order, is breath. There's a saying, I sometimes challenge that it's as simple as this, but maybe not, that you can't be anxious and paying attention to your breath at the same time. So if you attend to your breath, the idea is you won't be so anxious anymore. And while that might not be 100% true, maybe it's a pathway. Such a simple thing. And sometimes the simplest things are the ones that are just so hard to actually employ, to bring to bear when we need them. Just sensing the breath is here for us. And I don't know about you, you can check out for yourself, but I sense the resistances to breath that come as I notice my breath. Part of because I've had some sort of stomach bug, there's tension in my belly anyway, and I can especially feel it when I invite myself to really attend to the breath. Give it time. And also, please be gentle with yourself. If you notice that you are reprimanding yourself, scolding yourself, berating yourself, of course, these are choices. And in a sense, nothing wrong with that. They might be useful to help guide us but this is an inquiry we can each do for ourselves. How much are they helpful? And what might be a more helpful way to guide ourselves back to what our intention is? So breath is the one. A second one is ground. Just feeling our seat, or if you're standing, your feet, or if you're lying down, your back or side or front. Or maybe you're in sort of that twisted knee out to the side where a little bit of your side and some of your belly is on the ground, your inner leg. And just, I had a very powerful moment, maybe it was this Tuesday, I think it was, or yeah, where I had skipped my practice in the morning and I was at the computer. I thought, well, I can just tune in. I can arrive right here. I felt the chair, felt my legs, my feet touching the chair. And it brought me right into this feeling of presence. And this is just a way we can connect with it because our minds are so often busy doing other things, very rightly so as well, things we need to think of and attend to. But that we can, that our presence is always available, that we're always present, that awareness that is that farthest back primary witnessing is always there, even when we're busy with our list, with our interactions, with our sorting, with our communications. So the body is a great doorway. Like, hello body, hello shoulders, hello legs, hello belly, hello low back and hips and bottom, my bottom that's on a cushion. Hello neck and the whole spine. And especially this verticality, the length of our spine and the upwardness toward heavens, toward the far reaches of the universe, and the downwardness that takes us, if we're in a seated or standing position, all the way down to the center of the earth. And just that, maybe breath, ground, or connection, this vertical connection to the ground and the heavens. Perhaps you're already feeling a quieter, more profound connection to presence. And the final pillar is, the code word for it is sound. Each of these are code words for bigger things going on. So just as I said the word sound, even if you've heard this from me just this very first time, perhaps, well, let me not predispose you. What did you notice when I said sound as a invitation? Perhaps your ears opened a new way. You notice what you hear around you. Like last week at my friend's house, our friend's house, when I was in that upstairs room, when I suggested sound, it was so quiet. Now I hear Rocky licking himself behind me. I hear our dehumidifier in the other room. I hear a vague rumble of traffic a few blocks away, maybe. And something about this listening that connects the in here and the out there and affirms that we're actually all of one cloth. So we're not separating ourselves from the world and our world, our all our interactions as we sit for practice. We're sort of tuning in more deeply. And so we've arrived and we can take these three pillars to anytime you need to reconnect to our essence, that presence that is our essence. And it can be very quick, as I mentioned, to just be tuning into how your body feels in the space that it's in right now. And so for movement today, I'm going to talk you through something. And if you, I'm not going to actually do it, I didn't set up for doing it. So, uh, poor excuse, but I'll do it in a different manner. I'll do it from seating. But if you at all have the possibility, please do this from being on the ground on your back, starting on your back, lying down. So make that transition to lying down on your back. It's very simple, what I'm going to take you through. And again, one of my favorite awareness through movement practices. Moshe Feldenkrais created thousands of these practices that I know a handful of, a few hundred maybe. And the key is, well, first, as you're on your back, again, find your breath, find ground, a lot more points of contact of body to ground. Find breath and sound. And then place your hands on your lower belly, which I'll do, but I'm sitting. I'm just going to place one hand. So one is enough. Lower belly, that would be in the front, below, between your navel, between the pubic bone. And you'll feel the waves of breath probably. And I like to think of this golden ball. I also spoke of it last week. This golden ball as a key initiating of our place of our movement. We can initiate from any other place in the body, but this one is so central in huge intersections, structural intersections of the spine, the hips, and the legs. The two hips, which can move a little bit independently as well, quite a bit actually. And so it's a major, major intersection. And the movement here affects the whole spine going up. So I'm not much, but don't know much about physics and movement, but that movement and like gears, like whatever moves here in the lower belly affects the spine, which can move in a twisting motion, which then affects the shoulders, the neck, of course, our arms and hands. So just sense and just let your pelvis roll a little bit left and a little bit right, just a little bit, as if that golden ball, just rolling a little. If possible, bend your knees, have your knees bent. Actually, it didn't matter. Legs could be straight for this part, straight or bent. Just a little, just to feel how that ball, rolling that ball and initiating from there is how it affects the movement down through the legs, to the feet, up through the torso, the spine, into the shoulders, to the neck. Just let the body move with. Maybe some part of your body helps the movement. Maybe it just allows the flow that's coming. Okay, and let that go. Be still. And see what you feel as you've paused. And then bend your knees. Let your feet be a little bit apart, maybe 8, 10, 12 inches. Actually, you decide what's comfortable, what works. And let yourself roll to the side. You choose right side or left side. Roll to the side. Pause there a moment when you've fully landed. And as you're ready, roll back so you're back on your back. So, doing this from seating, I would just turn and then come back. So imagine you can take this movement as if the golden ball starts it and you roll all the way to your side. If you're on your back, your legs come with you. Pause and notice being there. And then what does it take? Is it the golden ball? Do you need to do something in your shoulders? What gets you back to center? And just repeat this over and over, coming back to the center on your back, and then over to your side, pausing there, taking in the information, taking in the description that you're giving, what's how you got here, what it feels like. Because our mind is like that sports commentator. It's always on. And next time you roll to your side, just pause there. And perhaps you just totally enjoy the stillness there, the having arrived on your side. And then one more time, come back. And we went just to the same side over and over. If you did both, that's okay. And pause here and notice what might be new. What's the news coming to you from your mind, from your body, from your breath, from your emotional landscape, from anywhere? And it might be just quiet, just being. And there might be some other things peppered in there as well. And then let's take a roll to the other side. In fact, I'm going to do this. Bring my knees up, I can kind of turn more fully. And what's really interesting, especially from lying down, from sitting up, it's a little different. It's like easier in a way. But how did I make this most fluid, most easy? Go ahead and do this a few times, pausing as you arrive to the side and back to center. How can this be easier and easier? And so as you come back to center, I'm going to let this be now. If you're intrigued by this, I think this practice, when I learned it from my teacher, Madeline, I think she took almost the whole hour, was all about the rolling to your side and back. And just each time finding a little, how it's a little easier, she'd give us cues to keep our interest in the movement and the exploration. So something so simple, but actually so much is involved, and you might have gotten a taste of that. How do we make it more fluid, easier? How does everything work harmoniously together? And I have found this is one of the practices I do after I've been working out in the yard or doing something a little strenuous. I'll get on the floor and I'll do this, and the effect is something to sort of smooth out, reconnect and smooth out things where something's been working a bit hard. It helps it to flow into the flow of things. I'm not sure how it works. It's quite amazing. It's very helpful. And so from here, we'll now go into the stillness piece. And you may choose to just be where you are on the ground or wherever you were rolling about. You might come up to sitting. And gracious, we'll take about 6 minutes in meditation together. That is stillness, silence. So why does this portion get its special bell before and after and a bow? I'll let you I'll let you think on that as or not think on it as we sit together still. Let what comes come, let what goes go, and just see what remains. And if you find yourself restless, if just being is elusive, as it often is, you're not alone. Perhaps just come to count the breath, a little very simple count of just one breath, two, and this just do that over. One, just to two. Other ways of doing this, but just one, two. When you're ready, let it go and simply be in being. In that being part of us that never abandons us. That same presence you felt when you were 5 years old, when you were 15, 30, and now, always, always. thoughts, ideas, sensations, feelings will all visit. They're all floating through this sky of being like clouds. And being is our true home. Don't take my word for that. Find out for yourself. Hmm. Thank you, joyful lion. In the beginning was the logos, the primordial vibration. I dost sway my life. I is the breath in the missing that thou art. Everybody is I, Alpha Omega. Thank you. I hope to be feeling a lot better soon too. And thank you for my little technical trouble at the beginning getting here, and bearing with just showing up. um, that's really what it really is. And thank you for practicing together. I will put in the notes. Um, our friend Jackie and mine, teacher, co-founder and owner of Wellbeing Retreat Center in Tennessee that we've taught at and attended retreats there. Um, he has a YouTube, his talk from last Tuesday, I think he gives every other week, Tuesday talks, midday in the evening. And he has a little different entry into the ground sound breath, but very similar. So I'll connect that down in the notes afterward here, and you can see that there. Thank you for joining us, me and us, and may you quickly and easily find presence during your week. Check out sunandmoonstudio.com. Yeah, the word yoga is not in there, just sunandmoonstudio.com. And we have lots and lots of opportunities to practice together in movement and stillness and presence. And once again, thanks for joining me. Ciao. Thanks for all those posts, Joyful Lion.